Howdy, roofers, and welcome to Roofer Growth Hacks, the podcast that's dedicated to highlighting those in the roofing industry, learning how they overcame growth challenges with creative growth hacks, and connecting them with the others in the roofing industry. I'm your host, Chris Hunter, founder and chief marketing officer of roofingsites.com. I'm also the author of The Ultimate Guide to Digital Marketing for Roofers. Well, welcome to the latest version of the State of Marketing, right? This is the January 2025 State of Marketing for Roofers, okay? So I've got quite a few topics to go over here. There's been quite a few changes just even in the past month inside of the marketing industry. And as you can imagine, it's just a complete moving target, okay? And that was one of the reasons that I started doing this, is really to keep everyone on the podcast updated and let you know what's coming up, what's going on in the state of marketing. Okay. Number one, it's January and it is the seasonal downtime, right? And I want you to use this as an opportunity to, because we are slower, right? And almost all roofers across the nation are slowing down and or stopped, depending on how much snow is happening in your area. Use this wisely. Use this time wisely. All right. Plan. Make sure that you start planning for 2025 and beyond. Make sure that if you don't have a plan for, 5-10 years from now, make sure you start there. Okay. And I went over this in our latest workshop. We're going to be holding another workshop here in a few weeks. And make sure you go to roofingsites.com and sign up for that workshop. But, basically what we did is that we sat down and we just, went through how to build a plan, how to work backwards from your big, hairy, audacious goal. Now, what is your big, hairy, audacious goal? This is your 5 to 10 year moonshot. Are you going to retire? Right. And if you're going to retire, if you're going to exit your company, how do you get it to where your company is sellable? Right. If your company completely depends on you, the roofing company owner, it is not a sellable asset, right? And it might be, you might be able to sell it, but you're not going to sell it for what you would want to sell it for. Okay. And that's just the cold, hard truth. And for all us business owners is that we have to know that if we're going to exit our company at some point, and all of us do, okay. So keep that in mind that we all exit our company in one fashion or another. Okay. If we're going to do this, we want to get top dollar. Well, the way to get top dollar is to have systems and people in place, and that your company doesn't rely completely on you. Okay. All right. So this is the best time, and that's where I was going with this, is the best time to sit down and build your marketing calendar, do some team training, build your systems and or improve your systems. Okay. Create your SOPs if you haven't done that, standard operating procedure documents, so that, as people leave or come into your organization, it's easier to train those people and a standardized way in order to do things, right? And you should have SOPs for absolutely everything in your organization, everything from marketing to sales to operations to finance to admin to HR, how you hire people, right? This is the perfect time of the year to sit down and refine those things. Okay. All right. Next item is that ad costs. You can expect those things to go down, right? Leading up into Q4, leading up into the holidays, ad spend was getting more and more, right? And that's just simply because there are more and more advertisers in Q4 than any other time of the year. Okay. And that goes for every single platform out there, from, all the way from traditional media like radio and TV to Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and YouTube and Google itself, right? So all of these places, since we're past the holidays here, you should expect that the ad costs should go down a tiny bit. Okay. Now, a lot of my clients, we're sitting down this time of year. We started sitting down with them in December for the 2025 plan. And then I'm still doing that with a lot of our clients and sitting down and building out a plan for 2025. One of the things that we have been discussing with them is that sometimes during slow times, especially, it's better to lean into your marketing. Okay. Meaning that Well, when you're slow is when you want to market more, right? Not when you're busy, because during busy season, here in the South, here in Texas, especially near Houston, um, a lot of our roofers are busy almost year round. Okay. There's not really a downtime. There's kind of a downtime, but not a whole lot, right? Not like up in the north. Okay. So up in the north, when it's slow, you might need to think about different services other than roofing, right? To start pushing, you might want to lean into your marketing. And what I mean by that is spend more on ads during that time. Okay. Budget for this, plan for this so that you have that money set aside for this time next year, right? If you're slow right now and you don't have the money, make sure that you're building that plan for next year. Okay. The next one that I want to talk about is Google, right? Google is, the place to go to, still is the place to go to. Now, we're going to keep a good eye on this, right? But as of right now, Google is still the top dog out there. Okay, that's where most leads are being driven from. With the advent of AI in the past couple of years, and really all of the platforms leaning more into AI and voice search, okay, this might change. All right, so it's a good thing to pay attention to this, keep an eye on these types of things. But for now, Google is it, right? They're the top dog. This is where should be spending the vast majority of your money. And this is where we, consult our clients and tell them where they should be spending their money. And it's really Google. Okay. And the reason for that is because people are going there to search for your services. If that changes to something like Siri, okay, or Google Voice, okay, then we as a marketing industry will start making adjustments, and we here at roofingsites.com are paying very, very close attention to those trends to see what's going to happen in the next couple of years. But for right now, Q1 of 2025, I would recommend let's stick with the plan of Google and dominating Google. Now there are four spots on Google. Okay, there's the local service ads. If you don't have local service ads set up, you in running and properly optimized, you are missing out. Okay, because the vast majority of our clients are pushing, and we have most of their budget, you know, 70-80% of their budget for Google is being allocated to local service ads right now. And that's because those are very quality leads coming through there. And it's just a matter of picking up the phone in a timely manner and working those leads. Okay. So I would say budget for local service ads primarily. Pay-per-click ads are also another place to spend your money. Okay. And to ensure that you're spending money. Now, while we're talking about spending money, make sure, and this kind of goes back to the planning section, what I was talking about earlier, is, as you're building your plan for 2025, make sure that you're building into that plan an investment of at least 5 to 10% of your overall revenue, okay, for ad spend and ad spend alone, okay? What we're seeing with return on ad spend is a wide range, honestly, depending on the reputation and of the roofing company. But what we are seeing anywhere in between about a 27x return on ad spend. We've got a client that's like almost 300% return on ad spend. Okay. So, but we're making these recommendations to clients to spend at least 5 to 10%. Okay. 10% if you want to be aggressive in your market and you want to take that market over and you want to double your company. If you want to double it in this next year, let's say go from 2 to 4 million or 4 to 8 million, you have to be aggressive with your marketing dollars and you have to be reinvesting that money back into the whole marketing engine. Okay. Because that's the very tip of the spear. Without marketing, you're not going to have sales. Without sales, you're not going to have operations. Okay. And without sales, and marketing happening, you're not going to be able to hire people to take over from you. So these are the things really to think about as we're moving forward. 5 to 10%. Okay. All right. Next, let's talk about AI. If you've been following me for any length of time, you know that AI is huge, right? AI is huge for sure. Everyone understands and knows and have possibly used ChatGPT by this point, right? It came out a couple of years ago. There's lots of other platforms out there now, right? There's Anthropic's Claude. There is Google's Gemini. There's all these different platforms. I personally like to use ChatGPT and OpenAI's assistants, right, for the back end. So I'm going to talk geek speak here for a minute, but you know, it is just getting better and better, and it's getting better and better faster than any technology that I've seen. And I've been in the technology industry for the past 25 years. Okay, this is something that you need to be paying attention to, because if your competitors are using AI in any fashion whatsoever to get a competitive edge on you, they are going to win. Okay, so what do I say on that? Okay, where are we looking at? We're looking at AI right now. We're a marketing company and we help our clients out with marketing. But the first thing that breaks with every single one of our clients as the marketing is fixed is sales. Okay, and so you can leverage technology, i.e., AI, okay, artificial intelligence, to do all sorts of things. And I'm going to do a demo here of what it can do, and it's a little creepy, okay, but I think that this is going to completely transform the roofing industry. I think that this is the biggest need right now in the roofing industry is the ability for AI to take over on the sales front, okay, and help your sales staff out, okay. All right. So the first thing, and this is one of the things that we've been working on in this past year, and I'm about to demo it, but I'm going to use my phone. If you're listening to this on a podcast, I'm holding up my iPhone, okay, and I'm going to call a phone number that I've set up as a demo. It's going to go to an AI voice assistant, okay, that's going to take the phone call. It's going to qualify the lead, and it's going to set the appointment for that lead coming in. This can do it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it can take upwards of 1,000 phone calls at the same time. So think about that, right? If you're relying on yourself or one or two people in your office to handle the phones, while you're out in the field or whatever, okay, this is the newest technology out there, and it's going to completely take over. So I'm going to call this phone number here, okay, and put it on speaker.
This call will be recorded for quality purposes.
And it's calling my cell phone here, but it's going to pick up after I don't pick up after a couple of rings. Okay, here we go.
Hi there. This is Samantha, an AI receptionist for Demo Roofing. Are you calling to schedule a roofing inspection for repair or replacement?
Repair, please.
Great. Could I get your name, please?
Absolutely. It's Chris Hunter.
Just to make sure I've got it right, your name is ChrisHunter. Is that correct?
Yes.
Awesome, Chris. What seems to be going on with your roof?
I've got a leak near my chimney.
Oh no, that sounds frustrating. Let's get that sorted out. Could I have your email address to set up the appointment?
Sure. It's chris@roofingsites.com.
Just to make sure I've got it right, your email address is chris@roofingsites.com. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Perfect. Now, could you please provide your address?
Sure. It's 1511 Texas Avenue.
Just to make sure I've got it right, your address is 1511 Texas Avenue. What city is that in?
It's in College Station, Texas.
Got it. So your address is 1511 Texas Avenue in College Station, Texas. Is that correct?
Yes.
Great. Let's schedule that appointment. What day and time works best for you? Our service hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
How about tomorrow at 9 a.m.?
Perfect. I've scheduled your appointment for tomorrow at 9 a.m. Just to confirm, that's January 8th, 2025 at 9 a.m. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. Your appointment is confirmed. One of our roofing experts will follow up with you after this call to get any other details they might need. If you have any questions, feel free to call us. Have an awesome day, Chris.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you. Take care.
Okay, so that entire conversation took less than 2 minutes. Okay. Now, there's going to be all sorts of different, scenarios, people calling in, telling you that your Google business profile is messed up, or some other marketer is calling you, or anything like that. This voice AI can handle those things for you. Okay. And those Those types of phone calls, by the way, are the number one reason that roofing companies don't even pick up their phone. Okay. Um, and what we find, and the reason that we made this is that the biggest issue that we find is that when that roofer does bother to call that person back, they are long gone. Okay, because they're going right down the line and calling roofer after roofer after roofer until someone picks up the phone. Once someone picks up the phone, their problem is fixed. They've got an appointment. So if you can have someone or something doing that for you, that will solve 90% of your sales problems. Okay. Now, how can AI help other than that? Well, there's other things that we've built for our clients, it's essentially a chatbot. Okay, and we've all heard of these things in the past year. It's not a brand new technology, but I think what's good about it is that it can handle the follow up if done correctly. Okay, as we build our workflows to follow up with leads, we can put them in different stages, right? Different types of follow up as they are in different stages of your pipeline. Okay, because someone that has, you know, had an appointment and we're now following up to, on the estimate or to send the estimate, right? Or from an estimate has been sent and now we need to follow up with that person. An AI bot can take that kind of interaction over. Okay, you no longer really have to wait for your sales staff in order to do something like that. Now, the AI voice, okay, is coming on outbound. Right now, it's only inbound, but it's coming in the next probably 6 months. Okay, we're going to have the outbound version of that as well, so that the voice AI bot can also call out and do the follow up. So this is a really super exciting time for me as a geek, right? As a techno geek and a nerd, right? I can nerd out on this stuff all day long. But the bottom line is that it's going to help your bottom line. It's going to help you make more sales. Okay. Which is what we all want, is that if we can take our conversion rate, from a 10% to a 20% or 20% to a 40% conversion rate on all leads coming in, imagine what that can do to your business. Well, that can double, that can triple your business if you continue to do that and you have these systems in place. Okay. All right. So that's all that I have. Make sure that you spend this time, if you've got downtime, if you're trying to figure out a plan for next year, make sure you take the time in this next month in January to sit down and really plan out your next year. And I highly recommend that you do this with your leadership team if you have a leadership team. If not, then I would highly recommend that you build a leadership team. And what does a leadership team look like? Well, it typically is going to be someone in charge of ops, someone is in charge of sales, someone is in charge of admin, someone is and HR for the company, and someone is in charge of marketing for the company, possibly. If you have someone like us coming in, roofingsites.com, my team coming in, we act basically as our client's outsourced marketing department, and we help you make some of those logistical decisions on, what we need to do this next year. Okay. If you need help with any of that, feel free to reach out to me at chris@roofingsites.com. I'm more than happy to sit down with you and help build that plan. In fact, that's what I'm doing with all of my clients right now. That's what we're doing probably about 4 to 5 times every single day. If you need help building a plan, just feel free to reach out to us at roofingsites.com, Chris at roofingsites.com, if you need help with building a plan for 2025. Well, that's going to do it for another episode of Roofer Growth Hacks. I hope you enjoyed this episode and that you connect with me online on LinkedIn or Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, where I'm kind of all over the place. You can also check our website at roofingsites.com. And while you're there, listen to previous episodes of Roofer Growth Hacks. I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, roofingsites.com. Since 2018, roofingsites.com has helped roofers double their sales by getting their marketing right using the 4R roofing marketing system. If you're a roofing company owner wanting to grow your business, be sure to go to roofingsites.com and sign up for a roofing marketing strategy session with me. Also, this past year, I published my book, The Ultimate Guide to Digital Marketing for Roofers. If you're a roofing company owner and don't have this book in your hands, I'll send it to you for free. Just go to go.roofingsites.com and I'll send you a free digital copy of my book. Well, roofers, join me next time when we connect with another great roofing entrepreneur and learn how they hack their growth. Until then, I'm Chris Hunter. Thanks and gig 'em.